I'm using the light from my iPhone, to light my face. It's about, what, one finger length away, like 6 inches away. I can bring the light in a bit closer. Oh, that's okay. So, here's my situation. About 2 hours ago, I fell down in my bus. My bus has got a hallway that's 2 feet wide, and I'm probably 20 inches wide, so I'm nearly the width of the bus. So when I fall down, I've got handholds and things like that to grab onto so I can move around, but I have things in the way for me getting outside. My legs are basically two stumps of numbness. Once I get them straight and locked into position, I can step from one step to another, and that's about my condition. But if I fall down, I have a very hard time getting to a sitting position that enables me to get up again. So tonight I fell down and I was not able to get out of there, and I happened to have an iPad that was luckily able to make a call through my iPhone, which was on my dashboard. So I phoned 911. I got an operator who said, "Do you need a fire truck, or do you need in other words, are you rescuing a cat out of a tree? Or is it a fire, or is it an emergency where the fireman would be more helpful, or do you want an ambulance?" Well, it turned out I got a fire truck to come to get me out of the bus. And then it's actually hard for me to communicate to people that my legs are stumps. They have no use and no value in how I feel and what works and doesn't work when they're helping me. Anyway, sometimes we were a little heated in terms of what they can do to help me, but they got me out of there, and they went, they had to clean out part of the back of the bus so they could haul me out the back door. Take out lawn chair and things like that, and my porta potty, which was a big issue for them. I mean, these guys save people from fires and, rivers and all kinds of tragic, weird, very dangerous situations. But they were pretty queasy about moving my porta potty. Anyway, so they got it out of the way, and they got me through that portion of the truck and got me out the back door, sort of the emergency escape door for school kids. And put me in my wheelchair, brought me around to the front door, helped me get into the driver's seat, and now I'm in the driver's seat of my truck waiting for an ambulance. It's been about I don't know, since I fell down, maybe about 2-3 hours. But I'll be waiting for an ambulance for quite a while because there's a big backlog of real emergencies. And then I'm going to be going to the hospital, and I hope the hospital will be able to find me an appropriate shelter or whatever it is, or keep me in the hospital for a week till they find out what's wrong with me, then work out a treatment, then put me into a shelter. That would be the most appropriate thing, if they can do it. But we'll find out. I will be getting back to you. I'll try and sort of chronicle this as it's happening. So, new video, new adventure. My new adventure is basically Gus with no legs. Or, what was that somebody said? My channel name is Gus in a Bus. And I can't remember what they were saying. But basically, I've been locked in my bus for almost a month. So it's actually a big relief to be going to the hospital to see what they can do for me, because I haven't been able to do anything on the phone about getting any attention whatsoever. So we'll call it, we'll just consider this an introduction, and I'll add more as the saga continues. Well, 3 hours later, I think the last little clip that I made was at about 8 o'clock, after the ambulance, or not the ambulance, but the fire truck had arrived. And you notice that I'm looking at the camera, not at you. It's because I'm so close it looks like I'm off in a distance. I don't know where you are. I can't really see where that is because all I know is it's got to be over here, over to the left somewhere. So if I look off into space, and I'm not looking at you and I'm not looking at the camera, it feels pretty weird. In fact, I'm looking nearly at the light. So this was just an update. 3 hours have passed. I'm sitting in the dark in the passenger seat. I'm unable to go anywhere else because we've made a mess of the inside of my van, extricating my body after I fell down. So I phoned 911 again to find out if they could give me some idea when somebody will arrive to help me, to move forward with this. And they said, no, we've got no way of telling you how long it will be before an ambulance arrives with paramedics to help you. So I'm sitting here in my bus. I've been eating a whole bunch of stuff just to keep myself occupied. And with this call, they put me onto a sort of a, a messaging system. They gave me the message to tell me not to eat or drink anything while I'm waiting for the ambulance. So when they arrive, or just after they arrive, I'll start making more clips of my experience. Until then, I'm going to sit in the front of my truck, not eating and not drinking. Like drinking water, I mean. Thank you for listening so far. We'll see what happens in the future.
I was able to help you get into the van.
I don't know how you can do that.
Could we walk together? Are you
No, I said I can't walk.
Use your legs? Yes, sir.
I got to, listen. Both legs are... Oh, he rolled up the window. There's a guy here with a small minivan. He's a paramedic. He can probably look after me, but he came here thinking I could walk. I've got 2 clubs. And he can't take a wheelchair, which he has confirmed they put in the back door of my bus. So he's...
Okay, sir, they're sending a regular ambulance. I'll stay with you here until it gets here.
All right. Well, he's going to stay with me in a regular ambulance. I don't know why paramedic is coming. Why they always... every time I need something, they've downgraded me to the lowest possible need. So you see what's going to happen. They're going to, whoops, we're going to see this. See what they're going to record?
Oh, okay.
You can watch what's going on. So, I'm trying to make you feel good. I might get your name and everybody will give you, send you hearts and kisses.
Yeah, unfortunately the employer's a little bit weird about that kind of stuff.
I know.
But is your channel?
But all it is it's just going to be a person who said, I'll take your blood pressure.
Yeah. Is your channel monetized?
Yeah, well, it used to be.
Okay, good. We're going to check your blood sugar now, sir.
All right, how are you doing that?
I need a finger. Are you right-handed or left-handed, sir?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed, okay.
You want my right hand?
No, we'll do it on your left then. It's better to do it on your opposite hand.
Shit, I'm sorry to be bugging you with this.
Yeah, you're all right. Don't worry about it.
I'm just going to put that there and then give you my
roll
finger.
Right over like that with your palm to the sky. Thank you, sir. All right. Do that a little bit. So you mentioned to me that they were testing you for diabetes, or they'd like to?
Yeah, well, my, what do you call it? I go to a clinic.
Oh, you do? Which one do you go to, sir?
SharePoint.
Okay, how do they treat you there?
Well, no, I mean, I don't think I'm treated badly.
All right, I gotta give you a little poke in the finger, okay?
Yeah.
A little tiny poke. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we are.
Barely noticed it.
Good. Just hold still there for a sec, sir.
No, the Children's Hospital saved my son's life.
Oh, excellent. I was just there with a patient. I think it's one of the best facilities in the country.
So
incredible bunch of people up there.
He was, what do you call it? out of it. Like, what do you call it? They're unconscious.
Okay, was he in a coma or had a seizure? Or?
For weeks, he had a seizure of sorts. But they they sooner or later, after 6 weeks, discovered what he had, which was surprising. For a baby, he had mononucleosis.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, anyway, so point is that within hours, maybe even within minutes, they just didn't let me see him for hours. But when I got in there, he was hooked up to about $4 million worth of equipment, and he had a nurse sitting beside him, was going to sit beside him every minute for 24 hours a day for 6 weeks.
Oh, that must have been something else.
Right?
That must have been scary for you, sir.
So my son survived.
Good.
And ever since then, I've been saying the medical system in Canada or in BC is the best in the fucking world.
I agree with you.
However, look at me.
Until you went through this, yeah.
And now I'm seeing maybe what might be the worst possible thing. In other words, there's no triage. The reason I'm going to the hospital is to find out what the hell's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't live I can no longer live this way.
I understand that. I'm glad that you called.
So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that this is that's why I'm recording it.
Okay.
So that I can kind of share the experience.
Okay, well, I've radioed our dispatch to have a regular ambulance come with a stretcher.
Yeah.
So they're inbound right now.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't be too long, sir.
I've been 3 hours waiting for
Yeah, no, I know. Did the firemen come earlier and help you out?
The firemen came and then they left telling me an ambulance was on its way.
Okay. And do you have any pain at all anywhere, sir, right now?
Not really.
Okay. I'm just
Like
going to
I
do
said-
one more thing with you, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to put my fingers in your hands like
And
this.
the reason why I say
I want you to squeeze them hard as you can.
squeeze your fingers,
Squeeze them hard, hard, hard. Both sides.
that's it.
Okay, yeah, good. You're good and strong. Okay, excellent.
Wow,
All right, now take both your... Huh?
that's strong.
You were strong. Take
No,
your arms and hold
my
them.
hands are the last thing to suffer the problem. Okay, we'll take my arms and hold
Hold them
what?
just like this with your palms to the sky.
Yeah,
Hold them there. Close your eyes.
yeah.
Keep your hands there. Keep them there. Keep them there. Keep them there.
Okay.
Hold them there. Hold them there. Hold them there. Okay, really good, sir. Now take this left arm
Yeah.
and touch your left arm touch your right shoulder, please. Great. And now take your right arm and touch your left shoulder.
Done.
Okay, fantastic. You know today's date, sir?
The date?
Yes, sir.
I think it's the 22nd.
Yeah. I gotta check. 21st.
Okay.
Excellent.
Well, tomorrow's the 22nd.
Yeah.
That's my.
We're close. It's 11:45, so you're almost there.
Yeah,
15
that's what I'm
minutes.
saying.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Ben.
Hey, Ben. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Okay, I'm just going to enter a few things in here, and we will, hopefully that ambulance will be here soon, and we can get you up to the hospital, okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to close your door, sir. I don't want you to get cold.
Okay, well, let me close it because then
All right,
I
yeah.
know my knees out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. I'll
Are
be
you-
right behind you in my vehicle here, sir.
Okay.
And if the ambulance isn't here in about 5 or 7 minutes, I'll come check on you again. We'll just keep in contact.
Because you're here, I know they'll be here fast.
Yeah, that's it. You got
You
it, sir.
cost them money, and I'm.
All right, Gus. Good stuff.
Okay,
I'll be
thanks.
right here. I'm right behind your vehicle. Okay?
All right,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. So there we go. I won't need the mask for a while. Can put that away. So you heard it. He's going to go sit behind me, and maybe I got 5 minutes to go. So it's been 4 hours. 8 o'clock until, well, no, it's almost 5. It's now 12:45, and I've had a, what do you call him? A paramedic in a car behind me for 45 minutes. Constantly calling them to find out when they can get an ambulance here. He says it's a really bad night. The pandemic's over, so lots of people are out partying and stuff like that. Springtime. So it's a busy night, and I'm still here, 12:45, patiently sitting in a seat, which is now really uncomfortable, hoping to see an ambulance in the next little while.
4 o'clock on, and
I've been through a lot. They've been giving me tests of all sorts. I'm now in an ICU bed, and still have more tests to do tomorrow. Nobody's getting closer to a solution for what is wrong with me. Anyway, it's very comfortable and I'm very safe, so I'm very thankful for the service and it's 4 o'clock and I'm in an ICU unit on what do we call that? Intensive care unit. So I'm getting lots of attention, getting the meals I need. I'm kind of in a a room that appears to have 2 people in it, separated with curtains, etc. So it's very comfortable, very quiet, relatively private, and I'm happy. I'm happy other than I'm not all excited and jumping up and down. I'm not happy with my condition, but I'm happy with what I'm receiving in terms of help, etc. Anyway, so this was just another update during this process of creating this video. Be interesting to see how it works in the long run. But I wish I was able to bring you more updates during the day, but you know, I haven't been thinking. So I'll talk to you later. Well, I've been here 2 days. Not quite actually. I still have to. In a few hours, it'll be 2 full days. They've been giving me MRIs, what do you call them, ultrasounds, many different tests of all sorts, testing, looking for problems in areas they've never looked before. Nothing's necessarily showing up for sure. But there's one thing that seems to stick in my mind about, at a time, a year and a half ago when I was stuck in a heat, what do you call it, a heat wave. I started drinking a lot of liquids. And one of the liquids I drank was iced tea. And at the same time, I discovered yogurt. Yogurt was a nice thing to have in the morning and any time during the day because it was, you know, it tastes good, flowed well. In other words, I could drink it like a drink. And it was cooling. It would cool me down. Well, at that time, I had bought a lot of these iced teas because I'd basically replaced it, or replaced the water that I drank with iced tea. And anyway, long story short, I turned on a whole lot of sugar content, like the yogurt, although I thought that yogurt was good for me. It's like 60% sugar and carbohydrates. So it's been made me really high in sugar content. And my doctor had asked me to do some tests regarding blood work, but I got kind of frustrated because I've done that for a decade. I've done, you know, blood work for what do you call it, diabetes. And they just keep coming back saying, well, you're almost diabetic. And I just keep going, well, that's because I eat good food. However, remember I told you, I went and bought this iced tea and other foods. I changed my diet during COVID, partly because some of the stuff I normally bought wasn't available, or it got to be too expensive, stuff like that. So I changed my diet, and I'm looking back at my diet thinking, holy crap, if I am diabetic, which has now been confirmed, it was like me eating sugar cubes. So I think I know what the problem is, but
doctors will have to sort that out. And I hope they find something else so that they can just, make a fix, do an operation.